Hey, I'm Perry Black. Don't go away. We've got a very special guest, Charisse Dean with Our Future Foundation and Family Council with great opportunities to help girls in crisis. We'll be right back. Welcome to Second Chance Youth Ranch TV. I'm your host, Perry Black, and on this show we have a very special guest, Charisse Dean with Family Council and a new foundation. Charisse,
Yes.
Tell me about the name of the new foundation.
Our Future Foundation.
Our Future, AR Future.
AR Future Foundation.
Now, I suspect you probably have a website.
We do. It's arfuturefoundation.com. Arfuturefoundation.com.
Everybody has a foundation, though. What is our foundation for?
Our Future Foundation was established to provide funding and support for pregnancy help organizations. And most of those are pregnancy resource centers. They also include adoption agencies, maternity homes, and social service agencies as well.
So your foundations support organizations like Second Chance Youth Ranch,
Yes.
where we're a placement agency.
Mm-hmm.
This is a set of blueprints for a pregnancy center right here
Awesome.
on my campus, on our 25-acre campus here. We have 300 acres out in Perrin and 25 acres here in the city of Bryant. And this is a pregnancy center, a pregnancy home. It will house up to 4 pregnant girls
Awesome.
with their infants and a foster parent with them in the house, about 2,000 square feet.
That's
I
wonderful.
talked to the plumber as we are taping at this day. I talked to the plumber this morning due to weather last week, whether or not anybody showed up to work.
Right.
Actually, because it rained so much, he's got his crew coming this week to plumb the slab. By next week, and the airing of this show as we're taping, around Labor Day, we'll be pouring the slab.
That's wonderful news.
Now,
That's
since we're
awesome.
talking about building,
Yes.
and we'll talk about your foundation, we already poured the foundation for a foster home in Benton, Arkansas.
Wonderful.
This will house up to 6 foster children. Framers are starting raising walls today. So when you talk about foundations as a
Yes.
general contractor, which
Yes.
is my profession, some people think I'm a preacher. My profession is a general contractor.
Yes.
And I understand a foundation. It is what holds everything up.
Absolutely.
And your foundation is our
Future Foundation.
Our Future Foundation.
Yes, yes.
Is all about bringing solutions to young ladies
Yes,
in crisis.
absolutely.
Tell me all that you can about that.
Well, the vision is to just offer support to those that are in the trenches, doing it day after day, bringing support and resources to pregnancy, to young ladies that find themselves with a crisis pregnancy. And like I said, most of those are pregnancy resource centers, but it also includes adoption and maternity homes. What we want to do is just free up that energy and that time and that effort that it takes to raise those funds, to do development. Let me do that so that those people that are doing the ministry and in the trenches can just continue to do more ministry.
Now, you're also traveling, based on our conversations in previous
Yes.
segments, you're traveling and you're connecting all these resource centers,
Yes.
all the pregnancy crisis centers around the state. Now, refresh my memory, I'm over 23, barely. Did Family Church host a statewide meeting
Yes,
where
you
we
did.
hosted it? Well, we weren't really hosts, we were the host site.
Yes.
And we provided the meal, and you all
Yes.
had a pretty good turnout for that?
We had
Crisis pregnancy leaders from all over the state?
Yes, we did. It was last October, I believe, and you graciously offered to host it there at your facility, the Family Center. You provided an amazing dinner, brisket and potatoes and tea, and your staff were so hospitable and welcoming, and the directors had such a wonderful time just getting to know each other more, getting to know about Our Future Foundation, and having an opportunity to just fellowship and bounce ideas off of each other.
Because a lot of the pregnancy crisis centers, those leaders, they're in their communities. They don't know
Exactly.
each other.
Exactly.
And we were trying to give them an opportunity at that meeting to find out what are you doing in Northeast Arkansas that might help us in Central Arkansas, and what are y'all doing in Northwest, right?
Yes.
So they could connect, and then maybe they knew of resources others didn't know about.
Exactly, and we had such a great response to that. There were tears, there was laughter, there was just a great opportunity of synergy for them to get to know each other and to give ideas, and for them to get to know who our future foundation is and what we want to offer to them. So thank you so much for that. It was a great opportunity, and they thoroughly enjoyed it, and they asked, when can we do it again? So,
Well, when can we do it again? Y'all looking at a calendar yet?
yes, actually, we'd love to do it sometime before the end of this year. So that'd be something that we're definitely looking at.
We'd love to host that again.
Well, thank you. We appreciate
we got,
that.
You know, we got a school here, and we got all kinds of activities along with our church activities. But I think if we've done it once, just like God,
Awesome.
we can do it again.
Yes.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
thank you
let's do
so
it again.
much. Yes.
So that'd be a great opportunity before the year's out.
Yes.
Our church really has a heart for those that are in crisis.
Yes, absolutely.
I just happened to see the digital sign that we have out on Interstate 30 here in Bryant, and it says, "Lord, break my heart for what breaks yours."
Yes. Yeah.
And we want people to know that view this show. This show is really not just about us in Second Chance Youth Ranch. It's about making our viewers and the Victory Television Network audience all over the world that right here in this small, warm hometown community, there are people that care about the needs that you face and the crises that you find yourself and your family in.
Yes.
This morning I was on the phone for an hour with someone whose family is in crises. And that's why I was a little bit tardy coming to studios, because crises are happening all over. Chaos, confusion, heartache, psychosis, and everything else. We've got about a minute and a half. What do you want to share with us? Give us again the mission and the vision of our Future Foundation.
The mission and the vision of our Future Foundation is to help those that are creating a culture of life in Arkansas. Those that are on the front lines helping young women with crisis pregnancies, not just young women, but the young men as well. So we just want to offer resources, funding, because that's the biggest need that they have, and help them to connect so that more ministry can be done here in Arkansas.
Yeah. You know, I've been in ministry almost 5 decades, 50 years nearly. And I've never met any organization or ministry doing everything God's called them to do with more than enough resources.
You're right.
They're always looking for people who share their heart and their passion and their vision. And we need you to be involved.
Absolutely.
You know, these 2 houses will cost probably, I'm the contractor, so we save all the contractor's fee, which is probably going to be $50,000, maybe $60,000. So I don't get paid to do any of this. The benefits are out of this world.
Yes.
Actually, I get pretty blessed in this world. But these houses are going to cost about $450,000, maybe $500,000 to build. And every dollar makes a difference.
Yes, it does.
And everything that you do as a seed will bring a harvest. We're going to take a very brief break, and we'll be back with Charisse Dean and our Future Foundation here in just a moment.
A mission field around you is filled with young hearts needing a forever family. And at Second Chance Youth Ranch, our team is committed to providing healthy, stable, loving homes and families to hurting children in the Arkansas foster care system and those up for adoption. Please contact us if you feel the tug at your heart to help foster or adopt, and find out the steps you could take to help fulfill a child's lifelong dream. Maybe you can't foster or adopt, but you could help. The need for thousands of children in the system is staggering. But with the help of faithful partners and business alliances, we are meeting those needs right now. Would you help us make a difference? Every gift, regardless of size, impacts a child's life directly and helps provide for a home in the gap right now. Visit the Second Chance Youth Ranch website at 2CYR.org to read more, watch the stories, and to make a contribution for a hurting child's care. Monthly partners are needed, so please contact us right away. And as you partner with this ministry, you are partnering with the Heavenly Father that has promised to be Father to the fatherless. God bless you for helping Second Chance Youth Ranch.
Hey, welcome back to Second Chance Youth Ranch TV. You know, on this show, Charisse Dean is our very special guest, and Charisse just recently across the nation, the Supreme Court made one of the most monumental decisions in my lifetime. Probably the second most monumental, because the first one was back in the 1960s when they said abortion is legal, and then they determined no, it should be left to the states, not the federal government. I hold in my hands, as I did in the first segment, the blueprints for our pregnancy home right here in the city of Bryant that immediately I felt impressed to build, because I know with the Roe versus Wade decision, it is probable that more young ladies are going to need a crisis pregnancy center and ministries and communities that will support them to deliver the baby and maybe keep the baby or allow the baby to be adopted. Now, let me just say this. Everybody doesn't like us who believe in life.
That's true.
I got a phone call immediately after something aired on local network television. I think it was on Fox 16 or Channel 4. And a lady called and she said, I don't care how many pregnancy home Perry Black builds, he took away the rights of women all across the nation. Now, I have a sense of humor. So, Charice, first thing I did is I got my phone out and I looked up the Supreme Court's picture, and I'm not on it.
You're not on that one?
I was disappointed. If she would have left the number, I would have called her back and shared the picture.
Right, exactly.
I didn't do anything
no.
except pray and believe God and support pro-life legislation and pro-life candidates. But I don't even know anybody on the Supreme Court. However, I do know one on the Supreme Court.
Yes, absolutely.
Jehovah God Almighty.
Yes, he is.
And I believe that he is pro-life.
Yes, absolutely.
Don't you?
I do.
So tell me, what's a shaking and a baking in Arkansas specifically, and Family Council and your foundation, and what are we seeing kind of unfold now with Roe versus Wade?
Well, like you said, that was a momentous and monumental day when that Roe versus Wade decision was overturned.
Can you explain the decision in layman's terms?
Well, it was the Dobbs decision, and it was to say that there is not a right in the Constitution to abortion, and that it
There's
really...
not?
No,
There's not
isn't.
a right for abortion in the Constitution,
No.
the founding documents of our awesome country?
No, there's not. But it did say that it would be left up to the states. Thankfully, our really pro-life legislature put Arkansas in a great position so that in the case that Roe versus Wade was overturned, abortion would be illegal in Arkansas except in the case to save the life of the mother. So last year, over 3,000 abortions were performed on young women in Arkansas. This year, and I think, I want to say around 15 maybe were done to save the life of the mother. So that leaves this year and hopefully in the future from now on, that's a lot of women who will not have that option of abortion. And it gives an opportunity for pregnancy resource centers to come alongside these young women who find themselves with a crisis pregnancy, because they will need somewhere to go. They will need help. So I've been in touch with a lot of the directors here in Arkansas, and they've already seen such an influx of women coming for help. And most women don't want to abort their baby. Most women don't want to do that. They're afraid. They don't feel like they have support. They feel like they're alone. And one of the important things that pregnancy resource centers do, the volunteers and the directors, the staff, they come to those young women, they tell them, you're not alone. You can do this, and we are here to help you and to support you. You don't have to do it alone. Absolutely. And especially when those young women see that baby on the ultrasound and they hear that heartbeat, it stirs something in them that God put in them, which is that natural maternal instinct to want to keep that baby and protect that baby. So right now, we're in such a pivotal place in Arkansas where we can not only save so many lives, not just the babies, but the women and the fathers that abortion has negatively affected, but we also have the opportunity to share the gospel, because so many pregnancy centers are faith-based. Not only do they offer pregnancy resources and pregnancy tests and things of that sort, but they have the opportunity to share the gospel. So we're in a great place. The only thing is that these pregnancy centers, these pregnancy help organizations, they need support now more so than ever. Yeah. So that's what our Future Foundation wants to do. We want to be that center of financial support, resources, any kind of support that we can offer. So we're asking the community of Arkansas and even outside of Arkansas to help us support pregnancy help organizations here in Arkansas. You can go to ourfuturefoundation.com, ourfuturefoundation.com. We have a donation page. You can donate there. We also are doing a special season of support. We're trying to raise $100,000 this year for pregnancy help organizations. We're doing a summer of support. There was so much negativity toward the pregnancy resource centers, and they were talking about a summer of rage. Well, we want to do a summer of support.
There you go.
So we're trying to raise $33,000 by the end of this summer. We're almost halfway there, about $15,000 raised. So if there's anything that people can do to help us raise that money so that that money goes directly to pregnancy resource centers.
What kind of resources do the centers give out? Physical resources?
Diapers, wipes, formula. There was a huge formula shortage that we know of this year. Pregnancy resource centers didn't have a shortage. Wow, a lot of young women were able to go to them for that. They offer maternity clothes, baby clothes, parenting courses, financial courses, all kinds of anything that a young woman would need, a young woman and young man, also parenting classes for his fathers, they offer that.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're, with our girls' home, we're going to network with two organizations here in Saline County that are already helping women. One's Women Equipped with Susie Everett.
Yes.
The other is our Pregnancy Crisis Center here in Benton. We support both of those as ministries ourselves, and we want to use their experience and their knowledge to help our young ladies be successful and give these children a chance to really experience their destiny. You know, God said, Jeremiah said, you know, God knew me when I was formed in my mother's, before I was formed in my mother's womb. So God has a plan and purpose.
Yes, He does.
Maybe you're just happen to be watching right now and you're in crisis, or you know somebody that is facing a pregnancy, dealing with an oncoming child, not knowing what to do. Stay tuned. Perhaps Charice will give you a little bit more information on how you can find the resources that you need. We'll be right back.
Whoever see this video, just like this video. Action. My name is Tony, and I'm 9 years old. Is the camera on?
It's on.
Ooh, I love the camera. I want to be a cheerleader. The reason I want to be a cheerleader is because cheerleaders look fun. I've never been a cheerleader, so I want to see how it feel like. I like to play. One thing about me, I like to play Roblox. I like to pop fireworks. I pop fireworks. I pop them little things that go in the air and the little sparkling ones. My superpower would be go back in time and see my brothers and sister and my mama. I think you should treat others the way how you want to be treated. So I want a happy family. I don't want a mean family. I want a happy family. Because we have a happy family, my life would be better. Like we could go to Disneyland, we could go swimming, we could go to the park, we could go out of town, and we could go see your mama or something. Yep.
See my mama?
No. Not your mama.
I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna be so happy.
Why?
Because the family adopt me, and I have brothers and sisters. I want them to know about me that I'm kind, like to help people. There's things about me, and I like to be a cheerleader.
Hey, welcome back to Second Chance Youth Ranch TV. Our prayer is that in every brief break that we take, the Holy Spirit continues to minister to you, not only about the opportunities that are made available to you to help us and our guests make a tangible difference in the lives of people right here in Arkansas, but that you're also encouraged and that you're inspired either to get help or to be one who brings help. So stay tuned a little bit longer. Charice is going to share some things that are dear on her heart with the Our Future Foundation.
That's it.
So tell us a little bit. There are some attacks that are taking place nationally and even now in Arkansas against pregnancy crisis centers. Tell us a little bit about that and why resources and support and prayer is so important.
Well, as you said earlier, not everyone likes this pro-life movement, and they don't like the fact that people can save the lives of their children. They are pro-abortion. And there's a national group that has been threatening organizations like Family Council and Pregnancy Resource Centers called Jane's Revenge. And they have been attacking, firebombing pregnancy resource centers and Family Council organizations like ours.
And they openly declare they're doing it.
They openly declared. You can actually probably find their webpage, their website, and it's called Jane's Revenge.
Wonder why that's not under terroristic threatenings and why some major law enforcement organization isn't doing something to put a stop to that. And why social media is not putting a stop to it and giving them the opportunity to publicize what they're doing.
I agree. It's strange and it's disturbing. But they have been attacking different organizations all over the United States. And just recently, as last week, I heard of the first attack here in Arkansas. The center in Fayetteville was attacked with, I think, spray paint from Jane's Revenge. So they had to have resources to paint and fix some things up. But that's another reason why the pregnancy resource centers and the pregnancy help organizations across Arkansas need our support now more so than ever. They need extra funds so that they can bump up security, so they can hire security guards to be there to protect not only staff, but young women who come in and need a safe place.
Yeah. You know, it's really sad what's taking place in America.
Yeah.
Really an unfortunate situation. We are investing more this year in security measures on our campus than ever.
Yeah.
We've upgraded our cameras. We have audio. We have video, both in buildings, out on the parking lot. This morning, as I was on the phone dealing with someone in crisis, 3 law enforcement officers on my campus this morning.
So when I drove up this morning, yeah.
And we want you to see them.
Absolutely, I loved it.
This afternoon, the second shift, he'll be here with his dog.
Good.
We're in the process here on our campus of getting actually a guard dog to work with our security team.
That's great.
It's nonstop.
Yeah.
But that's the world that we're living in.
It is.
But I have good news. Because I'm a good news kind of guy.
Yes, I like it.
You know, the servant of the prophet stepped outside and he looked up and he saw the enemy in the hills.
Yes.
And he was overwhelmed. And basically, you know, got the prophet to come out, and the prophet looked up and he said, Lord, open his eyes that he can see what I see.
Yes.
And he saw the hills arrayed with chariots of fire. There's more for us than be against us.
Yes.
And I am convinced, in spite of how we're bombarded by misinformation, disinformation, lies, deception, and manipulation.
Yes.
You know, I'm a preacher, I have a lot of adjectives. That God is in control.
Yes, He is.
The church cannot lose.
Amen.
I mean, we can individually make choices and be defeated for a season, but the gates of hell shall not prevail.
Shall not prevail.
And I have found that when you support organizations that are making a difference and saving lives, God gets involved with provision.
Yes, He does.
And I want to encourage all of you that are watching. You're probably watching and maybe you feel like the widow of Zarephath, all I have is one handful of meal. But with a word from God, that handful of meal and that little cruse of oil didn't waste for 3.5 years.
My God.
And if you would just plant a seed, you know, maybe you don't feel like your $5 make a difference. But I'm telling you, in my 50 years, I've had people send me $1. Cost me more to send them a receipt letter than the $1. But that seed brings a harvest.
Yes, it does.
And I've had children saved their change. I had 3 girls right here in Saline County. They're adults now and have kids of their own. They used to send me their change out of their daddy's pocket. They'd get it every afternoon. And every month I'd get change. It might be $7 or $8. And that makes a difference.
It does.
Now, in Arkansas, there's 3 million people. If every person in Arkansas gave $1, could we get some work done?
We could get some work done. Absolutely.
I wouldn't be sitting here with two blueprints. I'd be building a high-rise for hurting girls.
Yes, absolutely.
So that's all it takes.
Yeah.
Is a vision from heaven and sharing the heart of God.
Yes.
We have about 2 minutes. Tell our audience, look at that camera right there, camera 2, and tell them why they should prayerfully sow into Our Future Foundation.
I believe you ought to prayerfully sow into Our Future Foundation because we are helping to create a culture of life in Arkansas. And I believe I believe Arkansas will be a haven, a safe haven for people, not just in Arkansas, but from other states as well, to come and know that in Arkansas, the people value life.
Yeah.
They value what God values. They have a heart after God's own heart. And he's the one that said, that I set before you life and death, choose life. That's what he wants, that's his heart. So I want you to partner with us as we partner with God in his heart, and we help these young women and young men who find themselves with a crisis pregnancy. The other side, those that are pro-abortion and pro-choice, want to create a summer of rage to show how upset they are that lives will be saved in Arkansas. I challenge you, let's create a summer of support. And whatever you can give will go so far. These pregnancy center directors are gifted at making a dollar stretch. They can do so much with whatever you can provide. So I just ask you to prayerfully consider being a partner with us and joining with us as we create a culture of life with these pregnancy help organizations and help support young women and young men as they enter a time that can be difficult.
Yeah. Yeah, and this is your opportunity to give.
Absolutely.
I grew up in northeast Arkansas called Jonesboro. Now it's Jonesboro because it's grown so much.
Okay.
And lived on the farm. And you know what? On the farm, we didn't just sit on the porch and wait for crops to happen.
That's right.
We planted seed.
Absolutely.
This is your opportunity to plant seed. We are so thankful that you watch this show and that you prayerfully partner with us, and let's make a difference together. We'll see you next time right here at 2CYR-TV. Bye-bye.